Good morning, guys. So I don't know about you, but I am ready to get back to church and see all of your faces. Hopefully we'll be getting back together soon. So until then, we'll just keep doing this. Today, our Bible verse is John 20:29. You believe because you have seen me. Blessed are those who believe without seeing me. So we heard the Easter story about when Jesus died on the cross and then he rose from the dead. So we left off with him going to the disciples and saying, look, I'm back, I'm not dead anymore. And they were so excited and happy to see him, and then he went up to heaven. But during that time when he was there for 40 days before he went back up to heaven, and he told the disciples that he was back. There was one disciple that wasn't there, and that was Thomas. So when the other disciples had seen Jesus and knew that he was back, they told Thomas, and Thomas did not really believe him. He was like, what? I saw him die. And so let's think about that for a minute. If you saw Jesus die on the cross, and then your friends told you that he was back, he's not dead anymore, would you just go, oh yeah, that's cool, I believe it? Probably not. You'd kind of go, what? That doesn't really make sense. And so Thomas said, well, I'll believe when I can see his hands and put my fingers through his wounds and put my finger in his side. And so then Jesus came to Thomas and he told Thomas, look, it's really me. Put your fingers in my hands and in my side. And Thomas did, and then he believed. So there's a few things to learn about this story. Jesus wasn't mad at Thomas for not believing, for doubting that he was really alive. He wasn't mad at him. Now, Jesus isn't going to appear to us, probably. He shows himself in different ways, but we can't actually see him. But we believe anyway. And that makes Jesus so happy when children believe in him without seeing him, and that is called faith. And we've talked about that a lot, and it's so important. So we have a little craft today, and it's pretty simple. You're just going to need a piece of construction paper, doesn't matter what color, and another piece of construction paper, probably white would be good, and a pen, and a red pen, if you have a red pen, and a glue stick. Okay, so I have a little helper with me to work on this craft to show you. So we've cut out hands. Normally, if we were in church, I would probably have a template for you all to just cut out hands, because these are supposed to be Jesus's hands. But since we're just all at home, you're just gonna have to trace your hands and cut them out. So trace your hands, cut them out. And I said to use white paper for this. You don't have to use white paper. I just thought that we're gonna draw hearts in the middle of the hands. So just a light colored paper that will show the heart when you color it in. Just something that'll show. And then we have our construction paper here. We have yellow. You can use whatever color you want. And we have our Bible verse here on the bottom that we wrote out. Okay, Elise, you take it from here. She's going to color in the hearts. Good job. And it doesn't have to be perfect, and you can get creative and do it however you want. You can even cut out red hearts. If you don't have a light colored paper, you could just use whatever color you want and then cut out red hearts and glue them onto the hands. That's another option. Good job. Okay, now you want to glue them on there? So remember this story, you know, Thomas loves Jesus very much, and he knew that Jesus was real. That was never a question. But he doubted that he had come back to life. Jesus doesn't expect us to never have doubts. And he loves us no matter what. And it's normal for us to have doubts sometimes. But when it says, blessed are those who believe without seeing, we do believe in God, even though we have doubts sometimes. And that's faith. There we go. You want to show up? So take pictures of your creation there and send them to me. I'd love to see them.